The legacy of a father's love. In a small village nestled between rolling hills, there lived an old man named Harish. His face, weathered by time, bore the marks of countless struggles. Yet his eyes still gleamed with a quiet resilience. Harish was a father of 4 children. And though his hands were calloused and his back bent with age, he carried a heart full of love and dreams for his family. Harish's story was one of relentless dedication. Born into poverty, he knew from a young age that life would not be easy. His father, a humble farmer, had taught him the value of hard work and integrity. But when Harish was just a boy, tragedy struck. His father passed away suddenly, leaving behind a grieving widow and a farm that was barely holding together. Harish, though only 12, became the man of the house. His childhood vanished overnight, as he took on the responsibilities of tending to the crops, caring for his mother, and ensuring that there was food on the table. Years passed, and Harish grew into a man defined by his work ethic. He married a kind woman named Radha, and together they started a family. The joy of holding his firstborn son in his arms overwhelmed him. He promised himself that his children would never endure the hardships he had faced. Harish vowed that his children would have the education and opportunities he had been denied. But fulfilling this promise would not be easy. The farm, though a source of pride, did not yield much profit. Harish woke before dawn each day, working in the fields under the scorching sun, his body straining under the weight of labor. In the evenings, he took on extra jobs in the village, repairing fences, helping neighbors with their crops, and anything else that could bring in a few extra rupees. Radha supported him in every way she could. She managed the household, made sure the children were cared for, and often stayed up late sewing clothes to sell in the market. Together, they made a formidable team, united by their love for their family and their shared dream of a better life for their children. As the years went by, their hard work bore fruit. Their eldest son, Arun, excelled in school and earned a scholarship to a prestigious university. Harish had never been prouder than the day Arun received his acceptance letter. But the financial burden of sending a child to university was enormous, and Harish knew he would have to sacrifice even more to make it possible. He sold a portion of the farm, a decision that broke his heart but was necessary for his son's future. "Father, you've done enough. I can work part-time and manage on my own," Arun said one evening as they sat together under the stars. But Harish shook his head. A father's duty is to ensure his children have the best chance in life. "I will not let you struggle the way I did." One by one, Harish's other children followed in Arun's footsteps. His second son became a teacher, his daughter a nurse, and his youngest, a mechanical engineer. Each of them thrived, not just because of their own hard work, but because of the unwavering support and sacrifices of their parents. By the time Harish reached old age, his body was frail, but his heart was full. His children were all successful, living in different cities. But they never forgot the lessons their father had taught them. Every month, they sent money home to ensure their parents lived comfortably. They visited as often as they could, bringing their own children to meet the man who had given them everything. One afternoon, Harish sat on the porch of his modest home, watching the sun dip below the horizon. His grandchildren played nearby, their laughter echoing through the air. Radha sat beside him, her hand resting gently on his. "You did it," she whispered. "You gave them the life you always dreamed of." Harish smiled, a tear slipping down his weathered cheek. "No, we did it together." In that moment, Harish realized that his true wealth wasn't in the land he had tilled or the money he had earned. It was in the legacy of love, sacrifice, and hard work that he had passed on to his children. He had given them not just a better life, but the values that would guide them and their children for generations to come. As the sun set, Harish closed his eyes, content in the knowledge that his life's work was complete. He had grown not just a family, but a legacy of love and resilience that would endure long after he was gone. The story of Harish's life was not just one of struggle, but of triumph, the triumph of a father's heart. A heart that never stopped beating for his children's future.